I went away, excluded from my sister's wedding. Her ceremony failed, and my entire family frantically contacted me. Can you imagine being disinvited to your own sister's wedding? The one you've always dropped everything for? Well, it happened to me. But what happened next? What happened when her perfect day completely imploded? Oh, that's when things got really interesting. It all started with a text message. A casual, almost apologetic little message from my sister, Emily. Hey, just wanted to let you know the guest list is finalized and we had to make some tough cuts. Hope you understand. Love you. Tough cuts. I read it for the 5th time, the words blurring on my screen. This wasn't some distant relative. This wasn't a friend she hadn't seen in years. This was me, her brother. The same brother who had pulled her through every single crisis, every heartbreak, every moment of self-doubt she'd ever had. And now I was cut? An afterthought? It felt like a punch to the gut, so absurd I almost laughed. This had to be a mistake. I called my mother, my fingers trembling slightly. She picked up on the second ring, her voice sickeningly upbeat. Hey, sweetheart, what's up? No small talk from me. I just got a message from Emily. She says the guest list is finalized and I'm not on it. The pause on the other end stretched, just long enough to confirm my worst fears. Then the sigh. Oh, honey, that voice. The one she always used when she wanted to make me feel like I was the unreasonable one. It's just a wedding. Don't make a big deal out of this. Just a wedding. A hot, stinging coil tightened in my stomach. Are you serious? I asked, my voice dangerously calm. Mom, I'm her brother. How am I not invited to my own sister's wedding? She made a tisk sound, as if I were a toddler having a tantrum. It's not personal. They had to keep the guest list small. But before she could finish, I cut her off. Mom, I just saw Emily's Instagram post. She invited 150 people. Silence. Then a forced chuckle. Well, you know how things are. Weddings are expensive. And maybe they assumed you wouldn't mind skipping this one. Wouldn't mind? The words hung in the air, a fresh blow. Mom, I've been there for Emily through it all. I helped her relocate twice. When she lost her job, we covered half her rent. I was the one who helped her get over her last breakup. But now I'm not good enough to be there on her special day. Oh, stop being dramatic, she sighed again. It's just one day. You're overreacting. I laughed then, a short, humorless sound. Overreacting, right? I knew the script. I'd argue. She'd shrug me off. Emily would offer some half-hearted apology later, and I'd be expected to forgive and forget, just like I always did. But not this time. Something inside me snapped. If I wasn't worthy of inclusion, then fine. I wouldn't be. I hung up without another word, my mind already racing. If I wasn't going to Emily's wedding, I was going to be somewhere much, much nicer. I was going on vacation. The more I thought about it, the angrier I became. I wasn't some hothead. I'd let so much slide before. Emily forgetting my birthday, only calling when she needed something. Mom always pushing me to be the understanding one, while Emily got away with murder. But this was a new level of disdain. I wasn't going to sit around moping while my sister and the rest of the family played happy little wedding without me. If I wasn't significant enough to be featured, then I wasn't significant enough to be present when they needed me. I grabbed my laptop. If Emily was going to have the happiest day of her life, I was going to have the best week of mine. In less than an hour, my plan was set. All-inclusive, 5-star resort, Caribbean suite with an ocean view, spa services, private beach access. Everything I'd always told myself was too pricey. Not this time. This wasn't just a holiday. This was a statement. When the wedding weekend arrived, I was already on a plane, sipping champagne in first class. And you know what? I made sure to upload a picture. Legs stretched out, drink in hand, with a caption that read, "Guess I got cut from the guest list, but I think I'll survive." The reactions were immediate. Laughing emojis from cousins. My aunt, bless her, the only rational one, commented, "Good for you. Should have taken me with you." But the best reaction? That came from my mother. 3 texts back to back. "Where are you? Are you seriously missing your sister's wedding over this? You're being petty." Petty? I wasn't even close to finishing. I responded with a photo of the most perfect beach, white sand, crystal blue ocean. Pure postcard material. "Perfect view," I captioned it. Then I shut off my phone. I wasn't going to let them guilt me. Not this time. For the first time in years, I wasn't putting my family first. I was putting myself first, and it felt absolutely incredible. By the time I arrived in paradise, any lingering remorse had completely evaporated. The moment I stepped out of the airport, the warm ocean breeze hit me, carrying the scent of salt and tropical flowers. A private car, a stylish black SUV with chilled towels and bottled water, was waiting to whisk me away. Yeah, this was far better than a wedding. As we drove along the coast, I couldn't help but reflect on how right I was to do this. Back home, my family was probably bustling with wedding preparations. My mother, no doubt, was making excuses for my absence. Emily was likely laughing with her bridesmaids, not giving me a second thought. But here, I wasn't an afterthought. Here I was the priority. My priority. The resort was something out of a fantasy. Enormous palm trees bloomed in the open-air lobby, the ocean wind breezing through. I was greeted with a cocktail before I even checked in. My room was unreal. Floor-to-ceiling windows, a private balcony, and the most gorgeous king-size bed I'd ever seen. I threw down my bags, stepped onto the balcony, and just breathed it all in. Then, just to twist the knife a little more, I snapped a picture of the view and shared it. When one door closes, another one opens, preferably to a beachside suite with unlimited margaritas. I knew it would find its way back to my family. And honestly, I hoped it did. For once, they could understand what it felt like to be left out. And I was only just getting started. My first full day was simply fantastic. Room service delivered fluffy pancakes, fresh fruit, and coffee so good it ruined every cup I'd ever tasted. I spent the entire day doing exactly what I wanted. No responsibilities, no family turmoil. Just me, the ocean, and a schedule focused solely on my own enjoyment. By afternoon, I was lounging on a sunbed by the infinity pool, martini in hand, watching the waves roll in. Every so often, I'd glance at my phone, not to check in with my family, but to watch the growing stream of responses to my vacation posts. The comments were gold. "Cousin Jake, bro, where are you even?" Aunt Lisa, "Okay, now you're just showing off." An old college acquaintance, "Dude, invite me next time." Then a notification popped up that made me smirk. "Emily saw your article." Oh, now she was paying attention. I could just imagine her, sitting in the bridal room, sipping cheap champagne, scrolling through Instagram, only to see me having the time of my life while she was probably a ball of nerves. Good. I leaned back, took another sip of my drink, and thought, "Enjoy your special day, sis. I hope it's everything you wanted." But as the sun began to set, something unusual happened. My phone started to explode. Initially, I ignored it. I figured it was just more people reacting to my photos. But then I saw the names: Mom, Emily, Cousin Jake, even Uncle Rob. Call after call. Texts coming in nonstop. I raised an eyebrow and eventually opened my phone. The first text was from my mother. "Call me. It's an emergency." An emergency? At the wedding? I sighed, debating whether I even cared. Then Jake's message flashed. "Dude, you are not going to believe what just happened." Oh, now I was curious. I sat up and scrolled through the texts, and I quickly understood that the universe had given me the nicest wedding gift I could have ever hoped for. Because, as it turned out, Emily's beautiful wedding had gone up in flames. My sneer grew with each message. Jake again. "Bro, you dodged a bullet." My mother. "Call me right now. This is a family crisis." "Emily, please. Where are you? I need you." I stretched out on my lounge chair, took another drink of my cocktail, and kept scrolling. Then I saw a message that made me laugh out loud. From Cousin Melissa. The groom simply walked out. I almost choked on my drink. The groom left? Oh, this was better than I could have expected. Curiosity got the best of me. I texted Jake back. What do you mean he left? His reply came instantly. Dude, during the reception, full meltdown. He and Emily had some huge fight, and then he just walked out. Straight up left the venue. And then another. Oh, and then Uncle Rob and Dad got into a screaming match over who was ruining the family's reputation. Grandma cried. The venue cut the bar early. It's a mess. I leaned back, smirking. My sister had refused to let me attend her wedding, believing she didn't need me. And now, suddenly I was the first person they all ran to. I could almost hear my mother's voice in my head. You need to fix this. Emily is devastated. Yeah, no thanks. I opened the next message. It was from Emily. Answer your phone, please. I need you. Oh, now I was significant. I took a deep breath and typed back a single response. Sorry, I'm a little busy enjoying my overreaction. Hope the wedding was fun. And then I blocked her number. I blocked my mother. I even blocked Jake, just in case he got drawn into their guilt trip operation. Then I turned my phone to Do Not Disturb, waved over the bartender, and ordered another drink. Because while my family spiraled, I was in paradise. And for once, I wasn't bothered. The next morning, I woke to the sound of waves breaking on the shore. The aroma of the sea and tropical flowers drifted through my open balcony doors. I stretched and yawned, and for one lovely minute, I almost forgot about the pandemonium at home. Almost. Then I looked at my phone. Even though I'd blocked most of my family, I still had over 20 missed calls from random numbers. They were trying everything to contact me. Several voicemails had slipped through. Despite my better judgment, I pressed play on the first one. Mom's voice, frantic. I don't know what you think you're doing, but this is not the time for one of your tantrums. Your sister is devastated, and we need you here. This family needs to stick together right now. I rolled my eyes and deleted it. Next voicemail. Emily crying. I don't understand why you're doing this. You're my brother. I need you. Please just call me back. Click. Deleted. The next one actually made me laugh. Jake, whispering as if he were hiding in a closet. Dude, Mom and Aunt Lisa are planning to show up at your apartment when you get back. Just a heads up. Also, Grandma keeps saying the wedding was cursed because you weren't there. It's hilarious. That one. That voicemail I saved. I tossed my phone on the bed and stepped out onto the balcony. The sun had just begun to rise, casting a golden glow over the ocean. I took a deep breath, letting the warmth sink in. Back home, my family was scrambling to perform damage control. Meanwhile, I was here, sipping espresso in a bathrobe, enjoying the best decision I'd ever made. And the best part? They were now feeling exactly what I had felt when they cut me out. Unwanted, forgotten, left out. It was rather poetic, actually. But I wasn't finished yet. I grabbed my phone, snapped a photo of my breakfast, fluffy pancakes, fresh fruit, and a mimosa so brilliant it might blind someone, and posted it. Starting my day, stress-free. Hope everyone back home is doing okay. Then, just for fun, I glanced through my blocked messages, grinned at all the missed calls, and ordered another mimosa. I had no intention of calling them back. Let them clean up their own mess. I was on vacation. By midday, I was relaxing under a secluded cabana, sipping a tropical drink with an umbrella when my phone vibrated again. This time, the message was from Cousin Melissa. Okay, I know you're ignoring everyone, and honestly, you deserve to be, but you have to hear what happened after the wedding. Call me. You're going to love this. I raised an eyebrow. Melissa had always been the only cousin with a brain. If she said I needed to hear something, it was probably worth my time. So, despite my better judgment, I called her. She answered on the first ring. Oh my God! You're finally answering! She practically shrieked, unable to contain her joy. Okay, are you sitting down? I gazed around my shaded cabana, the vast ocean in front of me, a chilled drink in my hand. Yeah, I think I'm in a good place for whatever this is. Melissa let out a breathless laugh. Okay, after the groom left, Emily had a complete meltdown. And I don't mean a few tears. I mean yelling, wailing, and throwing objects at the wedding party. I smirked. Sounds about right. Melissa continued, her voice brimming with enthusiasm. Everyone was trying to calm her down. Mom overheard Aunt Lisa suggest that the disaster could have been avoided if you'd been there. I blinked. Wait, what? Melissa giggled. Yes. She was saying that you've always been the one to mend problems when Emily spirals. That if you were present, you would have talked sense into the groom or handled everything like you normally do. I burst into laughter. So let me get this straight. The same family that barred me from the wedding is now blaming me for not being present to preserve it. Oh, it gets better. Melissa exclaimed. Mom told Lisa she was being ridiculous, and then they started fighting loudly. Then Grandma became involved, saying Emily brought this on herself because she offended the cosmos by not inviting her brother. I almost choked on my drink. Melissa was cackling now. Grandma lectured Emily in front of everyone, stating, if you had treated your family better, you wouldn't be alone in your wedding dress right now. I leaned back, smirking. Wow, that's beautiful. Oh, and then, Melissa said, barely able to speak through her laughter, your mother attempted to contact the groom's family to resolve the situation. She paused for dramatic effect. His mother just smiled and said, this is your issue now. I had to set down my drink before I spilled it from laughing so hard. So, I said, collecting my breath, where does that leave Emily? Melissa sighed, still weeping, still blaming everyone except herself. Last I heard, she was trying to save the wedding with some sort of backup plan. But let's be honest, she's not going to recover from this. I shook my head, grinning. You know what the best part is? What? I took a slow sip from my drink. I don't care. Melissa roared with laughter. Honestly, I don't blame you. I just thought you'd appreciate knowing that karma did its job. Oh, I love knowing that, I remarked, smirking. Thanks for the update, Melissa. No problem, she replied. Enjoy your trip. And for the record, you did the right thing. I hung up, more satisfied than I had been in years. They wanted a wedding without me. And now, thanks to their own selfishness, they had a disaster instead. I grabbed my drink and raised it to the heavens. I toasted to the best decision I'd ever made. Then I turned off my phone and relaxed back in my cabana. Let the beach air sweep away the rest of my worries. For the remainder of the day, I didn't look at my phone. Instead, I scheduled a sunset cruise, allowed the warm breeze to wash over me, and had a 5-star meal by the seaside. My family was still picking up the pieces from Emily's wedding tragedy. I was enjoying the greatest steak I'd ever had. At some point, a notion occurred to me. Perhaps I should feel sorry for her. Then I remembered how she left me out without hesitation. Yeah, no. I took a sip from my wine. I took one last shot of the view and shared it with one caption, 0 regrets. Finally, with a contented smile, I turned off my phone again. Let them stew. I was done being their backup plan. The following morning, I awoke feeling lighter than I had in years. No guilt, no tension, no last-minute family emergencies that became my job to solve. Just myself, the sound of waves, and an entire day of nothing but rest. I stretched, ordered room service, and out of curiosity, I turned my phone back on. Big mistake. Within seconds, my notifications surged. Mom, you need to stop acting like a child and call me. Emily, I can't believe you're doing this to me. You are so selfish. My mother again. This isn't funny. Emily is heartbroken. Do you even care? An unknown number, probably my aunt. We need to fix this family before it's too late. I groaned and shook my head. It was almost surprising how swiftly they moved from ignoring me to expecting me to cure everything. Then one message, struck my attention. Melissa! Okay, I understand you're ignoring everyone, but please read this. Your mother is trying to gather the family for a discussion when you return. Just a heads up. I almost laughed aloud. Oh, they assumed I would just return, as if nothing had happened. As if I'd just show up, let them guilt trip me, and pretend the entire thing never occurred. Yeah, not happening. I quickly replied to Melissa. Thanks for the warning, but I won't be there. Melissa's response came instantly. Wait, what do you mean? Me. I'm extending my trip. They wanted to cut me out. Okay, I'm cutting myself off altogether. I could almost see her reaction. A combination of astonishment and amusement. A few seconds later, she responded, Okay, that's iconic. Tell me everything when you get back, whenever that is, LOL. I grinned, set down my phone, and grabbed my laptop. With a few clicks, my trip was officially extended. Another entire week. No family. No drama. No family discussions. Just me and the water. They never allowed me to have peace. And the best part? They couldn't do anything about it. Before going to the beach, I sent one final text. To my mother and Emily. Oh, so you want me around? Sorry, I'm too busy enjoying my overreactions. Have fun cleaning up your own messes. Then, for the last time, I blocked their numbers. I put my phone down, ordered another drink, and let the sun warm my skin. There was no guilt. There was no tension. No regrets. Just peace. And it was the best decision I've ever made.